Hey guys, I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to my channel Beloved Academy.
In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to differentiate using the first principle. We have various methods of differentiation. The first method is the first principle, the polynomial rule. We have the chain rule, we have the product rule, we have the quotient rule. But in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on the first principle. That is the first principle. The first principle. In today's video, this is the concept of differentiation that we are going to be treating. Let's assume that we are given a function y equals to s squared. Let's assume that we are given this function. We are told to differentiate this function from the first principle. As you know that this simplifies that y is dependent on x. Any changes in x will lead to corresponding changes in y. So therefore, first thing I'm going to be doing is that I will just say, let there be an increment in x with the x. And there will also be a corresponding increment in y with the y. That is, anywhere I see x in equation 1, call this one equation 1. This is equation 1, call this one equation 1. Call this equation 1. Now, this means anywhere I see x, I will input x plus dx. And anywhere I see y, I will input y plus dy in equation 1. Don't forget, this is the question I was told to differentiate. Let's proceed. So, instead of y here, I'm going to be having y plus dy, y plus delta y. So, I'm going to be having y plus delta y is equals to, now, anywhere I see x, now I'm having x squared here. Anywhere I see x, I'm also going to be inputting x plus delta x, because any increment in the input, any increment in x will lead to corresponding change in y. So I'm going to be having x plus delta x. Because I have square, I'm going to be squaring this also. So this is the first thing to do. Anywhere you see x, input x plus dx. Anywhere you see y, input x plus y plus delta y. Now let's proceed with our differentiation. From the right hand side of this equation, I can set that y plus delta y is equals to, since this is carrying square, I will expand the bracket. So I'm going to be having x plus delta x. I'm still going to be having another one, x plus delta x. Because this is a square, so I have to expand the bracket. If this is 3, I'm going to be having 3 of these. Now let's proceed with the calculation. If you look from the left hand side, I'm going to be having y plus delta y is equals to, from this bracket, if I multiply this x will multiply this. This x will multiply this x. So I'm going to be having x squared. This plus here, I'm going to be having plus. This x, the same x, will also multiply this x, this dx. So I'm going to be having plus x dx. So I'm done with this x. So I'm going to be proceeding to this second this delta x. This delta x will multiply this x. So I'm going to be having plus again x delta x plus x plus x delta x. So this delta x again will multiply delta x. So I'm going to be having plus delta x squared. So I have expanded this bracket like this. Now let's proceed with our calculation. The next thing that we're going to be doing is to make your change in y, make your delta y, make it the subject of the relation. So I'm going to be having delta y is equals to x squared plus x delta x plus x delta x plus delta x squared. If I make this change in y the subject of the relation, the y, if y move over the equals to sign, I'm going to minus y. So this is what I'm going to be having. After that, if you proceed, you can see that this can add with this. This x plus delta x plus x plus delta x, that will give us 2x delta x. So I'm going to be having change in y, that is collect slight times. Change in y is equals to x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus, put bracket. You know that from our equation 1, you know that y is equals to x squared. So instead of this y, we are going to be inputting x squared. So instead of y, I'm going to put x squared from this equation. Y equals to x squared. So now delta y is equals to x squared plus 2x delta x plus delta x squared minus x squared. Now, if you look at this equation, if you look at this, you can see that I can eliminate some of the parameters here. Look at this. I have the x squared here and I have minus x squared here. So therefore, this can eliminate this. And if you look at this also, I have 2x dx, I have delta x squared. So since there is none to eliminate again, I can proceed to divide both sides by delta x. That is, divide by delta x. So if I divide both sides by delta x, I'm going to be having delta y all over delta x is equals to 2x delta x all over delta x plus delta x squared all over delta x. Now, we have gotten to this point. This delta x can cancel this delta x. So, instead of 2x delta x, I'm going to be having this cancel this. And if I delta x squared divided by delta x will give me delta x. So, let's proceed. I'm going to have delta y all over delta x is equals to, this has cancelled this, so I'm going to have 2x plus delta x divided by delta x squared. So I'm going to have delta x. Now, the next thing to do is to change this to dy dx. I'm going to have dy over dx limits delta x as x tends to 0. This means that anywhere I see delta x, I'm going to put 0. Anywhere I see delta x in the right hand side of the equation, I'm going to have 0. So I'm going to have 2x plus 0. So therefore, dy all over dx is equals to 2x.
On this channel, you will find information, concepts explanation, tutorials video with detailed explanation that will assist you in gaining more knowledge and insight. In addition, our channel features past question, solution to questions you are likely to encounter in exam, solution to all past questions. Please kindly subscribe. All questions are solved with simplicity.